fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with lethal Mikael Lawal. We're about less than 2 weeks away now. Isaac Chamberlain, Chief Support, Buatsi Aziz. Just finished a hard training session. How's things, mate? How's things been?
Everything's good. I can't complain. Everything's been going to plan. Can't wait for the fight to come, man. It's just been a hard training camp, and it's not going to that point where I just can't wait for the fight to come now.
So how excited are you for this fight? Arguably one of the biggest ones of your career, the biggest eyes on it. We all know this, the competition that Isaac's been in. We know the competition that you've been in. How excited and how much motivation are you for a big fight like this?
Very motivated, man. I'm very motivated for all my fights, man. All my fights, I've got to like show up and perform. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's nothing different. Obviously, it's the biggest fight I'm gonna have yet, but it's just a chance for me to show what I can actually do. So I'm looking forward to it.
Do you feel any different for this fight compared to the 16, 17 ones you've had before this? Is there a different sort of feeling to it?
No, it's just you know, at the end of the day, to me, obviously he's a tougher opponent, but it's still the same. You know, he still bleeds, he's still a man. So I have the confidence I want to beat him.
Do you feel like you're itching to fight Isaac in a way after everything that happened with Bournemouth and the frustrations that went into that for yourself? Does this make you more eager to get going on 21st of October?
Yeah, obviously, it's been a fight that has been taking a long time coming. There's been a lot of talking, a lot of the doubters and a lot of the haters. But at the end of the day, man, yeah, I'm fighting for what I need to fight for, and I know what I'm fighting for. So that's all I'm really focused on, and I can't wait for this fight to actually happen.
And for yourself, where I asked about things feeling different for this fight, obviously you and Isaac have had a back and forth. There's a lot of needle between the two of you. I'm not going to say whether you dislike him or this or your feelings towards him, but there's been a lot of needle to this too. This will be different to however the opponents that you faced before, with this feeling towards a certain opponent. So do you feel like you feel any different because there's a bit of needle between you and Isaac?
No, not really, man. At the end of the day, man, like, it's always, to a degree, it's always kind of personal, because the man in the other corners, he's literally trying to knock you out, innit? So it's nothing different. You just got to stay controlled, stay composed, and try to get the job done, innit?
And for yourself, how do you feel like, when did this sort of thing start with you and Isaac? When did you sparred, you and him were in a training camp for Oleksandr Usyk. Obviously, when you won the British title, he interrupted your interview with you and Ben. When did this really start for yourself?
I mean, there's been lots of things behind closed doors, but yeah, I would say it kind of stemmed from that day when he jumped into my interview. Obviously, I had some issues going into that fight, and I was really unwell. So I think a lot of people need to understand that after that fight, I was more thankful and grateful that, damn, I don't believe I just did what I just done. Like going into bed and waking up with your bed drenched in sweat. It tells you how sick I must have been. So, and I still did that, and I still won the British title. Obviously, when he came up to me, I was just kind of relieved. I just didn't really give a damn at that point. I was just like, thank goodness I got the win. And I was happy and thankful. Obviously, when I look back, when I was looking at him talking and whatnot, and I was just like, yeah, you know what, it is what it is. We're going to get a fight going soon. But then, obviously, in my head, I had my voluntary defense coming after that. I don't know what must have happened. Obviously, I don't want to really go into all the conspiracies. But then he somehow got the shot somehow. So, and they said he was mandatory. But it is what it is. But I'm not like I'm scared of him or whatever. But I was like, you know what, I wanted to be in a place where I can demand for more money, demand for essentially what's mine. Do you feel me? So these are things that people don't understand. Like, I'm fighting for me, myself, my family as well. So it's like, at the end of the day, like, it's not just about the fight. It's my job essentially. Do you understand? So I'm fighting for what's mine. But it is what it is, man. He's doing what he has to do to get forward in life, innit? And he feels like, yeah, I didn't really take it, you know. I don't know what he's saying. I don't really care about what he's saying, but it is what it is. I don't really care. I just can't wait to fight him on October the 21st.
I know you said you don't really care, but what do you make of these antics with him? It was obviously mentioned before about the toothbrush and the things. You know, you called him a clown before, but what do you really make of all these antics?
I mean, he's a clown, but he's doing what he can do to sell the fight, innit? And obviously he's saying that obviously I told him, okay, cool, when we fight on October 21st, we're going to fight for the IBF, if we fight for his IBF belt, the belt that he hasn't actually owned for over a year. These are things that I'm saying, like, you know, why would you parade the belt, like, especially in his last fight, like he was like he owns that belt, like, when he doesn't actually own it. So these are things that he does, and that's the reason why I don't really respect him as not just a fighter, but as a person. Because like, why would you know? It's a joke. You understand? Like, that's why I call him a clown. Like, all these clowns do things like this, man. And like all these antics. I don't know what he's trying to. He's probably trying to sell the fight, but I guess to a degree is working for certain people, and people like that kind of showmanship or whatever you may call it. But at the end of the day, to me, it's weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not in that clown business. That's for him.
I was going to bring up the IBF belt because you mentioned it, put it on the line, and you kept asking to put it on the line. When you've got your British and you've got your Commonwealth title, why would you want him to put his IBF title on the line? Do you feel like that might be a more prestigious belt, or what was the whole reason between you asking for it?
I was saying, obviously, for him to put something on the line as well, not just for me to be losing my British title. Obviously, the Commonwealth is vacant, so we're both fighting for that. But it's like, okay, cool, I'm risking my British title. He should risk something as well. Like, we both walk away with nothing, whoever the loser is. And yeah, that's basically what I was trying to get out of it.
Do you take him seriously as a person?
Yeah, I take everyone seriously to a certain degree, do you understand? But whether or not, like, I respect you, that's a different thing. But I do take everybody seriously.
I know you keep saying you don't care, but does this not motivate you even more?
Man, honestly, man, every fight I'm motivated, man. Like, as I said, man, people don't really get it. Like, you're going in there, you're fighting for your life. Like, you know, and if you do anything wrong, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's gonna be there to see your failure. And a lot of people, once they see you fail, they're gonna try to jump on you and just, you know what I mean? So I see the world for what it is. So I'm not really. I take it seriously. Do you feel me?
Is that an important thing to not really care about, you know, what others are doing, not care, you know, whatever antics Isaac's doing? You just care about, you know, yourself, your training, and the people around you.
100%, man. I stay in my own lane. That's where I shine in it. Once I'm in my own lane, that's what matters.
Do you feel like yourself after the what happened in Bournemouth and how frustrating that was for you? Did you feel like, you know, it was important that the people that were the real to you, the people that were around you to support you in sort of what was a hard time for you?
I mean, it was a hard time for me, but, you know, I was around my family, my friends, people that actually mattered in my life, you know that, and people that actually, they knew what I was going through, and they were there to support and back me. And that's all I need. That's all that matters at the end of the day, man. You know, like, the day I die, it's only them that's going to be coming to my funeral. So I don't really care about all these other people.
And for yourself, the first memories that you have of Isaac, you know, in the camp with Usyk, what was it like? Did you really have much interaction with him?
Yeah, he was there. You know, he was the same old type jolly guy that he used to be. You know. He's always been the type that he would talk about people, whatever. I've never been into that type of stuff. I'll just be there talking, I'll just be there listening, but I never cared for all of that. You know, I was just doing what I was there to do, trying to get the job done, and that's what it was. You know, at the end of the day, man, like, it's a lot of secrets behind closed doors, but I won't go into that. Maybe one day in future, but I'll tell everyone about that later on in life.
I did want to ask about that training camp with Usyk. What was that sort of like with such a master operator like himself?
It was very good, man. It was a wonderful experience. Yeah, Yeah, it was a very good experience. I think I have everyone there. I think Usyk respected me a lot, so I took a lot from that. You know.
Do you feel like you can get the beating of Tyson Fury?
Say that again.
Do you feel like he could get the beating, get the better of Tyson Fury?
Tyson Fury's a very big guy, man. At the end of the day, man, yeah, skills pay the bills, but when you're that big, you know, I don't know how he's gonna be able to navigate around that.
And for one thing, you mentioned it in the face-off that I watched, and I know it might be a sort of difficult thing to talk about, but one thing you said to Isaac is that you said that Boxer and Ben Shalom want you beat. What do you mean by that? Why do you feel like that? If you wanted to elaborate much?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not trying to elaborate anymore on it, but yeah, behind closed doors, man. Like the one thing I will say, you know, just check back on history of boxing, where whoever wins the British title, you know, they get a voluntary defence. Just everyone, just go think about that and look at how I won the British title and how I didn't get my voluntary defence. And that's the only question that you need that I'm going to ask. And everyone go do their research.
So, do you feel disrespected in a way?
No, it's all good, man. It's life, man. You know, they're always gonna do what they can to stop certain people from shining or getting to where they need to get to. But only God can stop them.
When you look at your story now and the position you're in, and boxing is a very harsh game with all different characters, how important is it that you give back, or you're around such good people that have sort of almost put the faith in you at the start, and they've been putting faith in you when you was nothing in a way, now that you'd be able to reap the rewards?
Yeah, man, it's nice, man. Obviously, it doesn't like me mentioning his name, but Ali's been a very, very good role model, father figure type guy in my life, you know. We've had our issues, but yeah, I'm back home at SBC, and that's what matters. And I'm feeling better. I'm feeling at home with family. This is what matters at the end of the day, man. I'm at peace.
And I know you said that you don't really like to mention him, but talking about Ali, one thing you said, you know,
he doesn't let me mention his name. That's
one thing you said was about, you know, when you first started, you said, you know, don't worry about the subs and this and that. Now to see the position you're in, that, you know, you're British champion, pushing on for more honours, does it show that, you know, you've kept a real circuit and close circle around you?
Yeah, man. I've kept it a real close circle, whatever. But obviously, these things have been tested, and obviously, you know, certain times I could say I kind of failed or what this or what, you know, but it's all been a learning experience, isn't it? So I'll say that I'm in a better place in my life right now.
I know it's hard for you to talk about, and I'm not going to go too far into it, but especially when you look at it on a boxing term, the experience that you've had and your life story now, how much does that mould you that, you know, the resilience that you've got is, you know, bigger than anyone else?
Yeah, it's nice. I do still have my my days where, like, you know, I'm human, innit? So I do have my days. It's not like I've gone through these things and I'm, oh, okay, cool, I'm a strong person. No, I still have my days when I feel down or whatnot, but I just keep on believing and keep on having faith, and that's it, and just keep on trying to pray as much as I can, and that's all I can do, and that's just trust the process.
Do you feel like you're a role model now for, you know, amateur boxing and people coming through? Is that a crazy thing to think about?
Not really, but I mean, I guess to a degree, that if it's that, just trying to fight for what's yours, fight for your right, and do what you need to do to get forward in life. Because yeah, I came from nothing, and I feel, you know, no matter what happens, you know, at the end of the day, I've tried, you know, and that's what it is. But that's what life's about. You got to just keep on trying.
Absolutely, for sure. One thing I did want to ask you about is there's a great picture of yourself and Francis Ngannou. Obviously, in a couple of weeks, he's fighting Tyson Fury. What was that like having him around in the gym?
Yeah, it was nice, man. Very motivational. As big as he is and whatnot, just seeing his work ethic as well. It was motivational. So it was like, it kind of showed me that, yeah, I'm on the right path to a degree, like, you know. So it was nice, just, you know, he's looking sharp, I'm not gonna lie, especially for a UFC fighter to be coming into boxing. Yeah, he looks ready. He looks sharp. So I think a lot of people are going to be shocked by his performance. So yeah, I can't wait for that as well.
And where you look now, being a cruiserweight full of so many great other cruiserweights, you know, I know you're not looking past Isaac, but you see, you know, Okoli and Billam Smith at the top of the world, you know, world honours, and even Briakpor's in there. Is that exciting for you that, you know, further down the line, the world honours, that you're in such a stacked division full of so many other great domestic talents?
100%, man. Yeah, as I said, I don't like to pass fights, but yeah, these are guys that are definitely on the radar, man. Yeah, I take all them very seriously. They're all good fighters in all respects. Yeah, so I'm very happy that all these guys. There's a lot of options for me to go down.
100%. Just the last one from me as we wrap this up. What happens on 21st of October against Isaac Chamberlain?
Everyone's gonna have to just come tune in, find out. 21st of October.
100%, Mikael. Thank you for having me down to the gym. Thank you for letting me speak to you, and all the best for next week, mate. Thanks, mate.